The show must go on. We look at the spring musical. You have one more chance to see the show choir this year. Foreign exchange students reflect on their time at CHS, and a student shares his story about autism to help teach others. Hi, I'm Kobe Down, and you're watching Eagle Zone. Thursday the 25th through Saturday the 27th, that's when you can watch this year's spring musical, Guys and Gals. It's the Theaters Department's third production of the year, and Eagle Zone's Zoe Stuckey talked with a director and an actor as the race to get ready.
Every show has its challenges, and it's been a sprint down the stretch to tie up loose ends with this one.
There's been some unforeseen circumstances, unforeseen difficulties, but I think the cast is handling everything really well, and it'll all come together like it always does, and the show will be great.
There are a lot of new people who are part of this play, and it's really exciting to see them grow and get excited about their parts.
So please forgive me this helpless case I'm in. I really did.
Jackson Rott is back playing a lead role in the show.
It's a story about a guy who bets another guy $1,000 that he cannot take any girl he wants on a date to Havana. And he does, in fact, take the girl to Havana. And there's a whole subplot with gambling going on.
This is the department's third show of the year, with a drama in the fall and a musical for the one-act play in the winter.
I think that this show is different from other plays we've done this year because you have the two love stories, which gives maybe like a larger number of people who have greater numbers of lines. And we haven't done a show with the gambling, but honestly, with Singing in the Rain, they're kind of a nice pair for the year. And that was unintentional, but it kind of works out.
Just like the show will, Rott says, as the cast and crew sprint toward the opening curtain.
We don't open the show because it's ready, we open the show because it's Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
But they will also be ready, he adds, and he invites you to see for yourself.
Sorry for that. That's Guys and Dolls, not Guys and Gals. Again, the show runs Thursday the 25th through Saturday the 27th. It's 7 o'clock in Central's Theater if you'd like to come and watch. Central has another prom in the books. This year's theme was Crystal Ball, with a grand march, dance, and a post-prom party combining to make up the event. Andrew Jorgensen and Alexis Kettling were the senior head couple, while Jabez Darrow and Sophie Scott were the junior head couple. Personally, Jabez and Jason, I thought I looked the best in my tux. We have an exciting correction from last week's show. When we recorded Eagle Zone, Central's FBLA chapter had a narrow second place finish at its state competition. But after corrections and standings, official results showed a narrow win for the group. So Central is your FBLA state champs for this year. Congrats to them. Central's show choir had an award-winning season. Eagle Zone's Jacob Kohlhaus explains how you can watch them perform if you haven't seen them yet.
The Pops concert is Tuesday the 30th at Central High School. This is your last chance to see a group that has seen a lot of success this year. These are the sights and sounds of a show choir group at Aberdeen Central that has won multiple awards this season.
I think it's a combination of personnel as well as our shows. I think our shows fit our students really well, and I think the shows connect with the audience and the judges, so they're just enjoying. Our kids are enjoying performing, and people are enjoying watching it.
The performance is about accepting others and features coming to accept Edward Scissorhands. Current students are filling big roles left to them this year. A large talent musical class graduated last year.
We had the same thoughts last year. Oh, this is a huge senior class. But then these kids have just surpassed any of our expectations and worked hard, and they just have continued the tradition.
Well, I feel like this year we're a lot closer as a team. Like, we really do work together, and we enjoy working together as a team. Like, we enjoy each other's company.
The show choir won multiple events as a group. They also earned the top vocal band and choreography awards.
You're so very special.
Individuals also signed with seniors Jackson Rott, Kat Scott, and Axon Johnson. earning soloist awards throughout the season.
We've got the right show and the right personnel and the right go-get-it attitude, and it's just all coming together.
The show choir is just one group at the Pops concert. There are other instrumental and vocal groups you can see, and they have also had successful seasons.
Thanks, Jacob. Moving from an arts program to an international one in Aberdeen, Eagle Zone's Brock Anderson joins us with a story about foreign exchange students wrapping up their school year in America. Brock?
Most years we'll talk with foreign exchange students here on Eagle Zone at the beginning of the year, but I wanted to hear from them at the end of the year to find out how their experiences compared to their expectations.
I'm joined this week by Oscar Muir, one of our
The first foreign exchange student we meet today is one you met before, as he was a guest anchor on Eagle Zone. Oscar Muir is from New Zealand and spent the school year at CHS.
It's pretty much how I thought it would be, just colder.
The temps were a nice surprise for us during this mild winter. Muir is surprised by the school activities.
I would say probably like the extracurricular stuff like debate and track and all that. That's always good stuff, you know, meet new people and go new places. That's always fun.
This week, I'm joined by Davi.
Another face you've seen before is Davi Silva. He's also surprised about the activities.
The sports here really take your time. It's something that's really different from my country that you don't usually do that much. Like in Brazil, we have practice twice a week for whatever you choose to do. And here you do it every day. You have meetings pretty much every weekend. And here in school, they give chances for you in every sport. If you're not good, you can go to JV and still do it. So it was good.
When they sign up, the foreign exchange students don't know where in the U.S. they'll be sent, so Philip Abel didn't know what to expect. It turned out that he liked his experience, which was different from his school. Abel wants to see more of America in the future.
I would, definitely. I would really want to come back to the U.S. I would like to study in the U.S. and like maybe see California and like all the big cities. I was in New York, but I need to go to the West Coast more. And yeah, I'll do that later on.
But they're still in South Dakota for now. The foreign exchange students leave about a week after school is over.
Thanks, Brock. With a throwback to a series from last year, the history of schools is back again, and this time it's a school that isn't part of the Aberdeen School District. Eagle Zone's Jason Lopez Martinez dives into the history of Northern State University.
You can see historic buildings on the campus of Northern State University. The stories in and around those buildings are rich with history too.
Northern was founded in 1901 by the state legislature, and it was, at the time, it was called Northern Normal and Industrial School. And normal school is a college for teachers, and then the industrial part was, there were programs in carpentry and welding and things like that. But the majority of students were training to be teachers, and by extension, the majority of students were women.
Northern State University was a school that started with the bill intended to help teacher growth in the rural area in Aberdeen. And with groups donating the land to the state, a trend started in Aberdeen. The construction of Northern North and Industrial School began. But with a bright start, Northern soon went into a period of decline during both World Wars.
But during that time, they did not have enough at all to field sports teams, so for a couple of years there, at homecoming, there were actually football games played between all girls. And so that is, both of the war periods were definitely difficult for people on campus because both faculty, students, and staff some were killed, some were just absent from campus and not able to kind of sustain the community of this campus.
As a result from the war, interest in other markets started to change, and Northern responded by adding new majors and a name.
After the war, and when a lot of men came back and were getting money through the GI Bill, there was a need for other degrees that were not just teaching degrees here, and that's when they kind of transitioned to be, let's see, it went from Northern Normal and Industrial School to Northern State Teachers College to Northern State College, and finally Northern State University.
Today, there's a lot more than just teaching education, and science options are expanding.
Looks good. We are going to be starting a nursing program in 2025, I believe, that is kind of going to take over the void that's left by Presentation College. And I know that there are other ways that administration is strategizing to make us stand out from other campuses in the state.
Opening the door for more students to build a rich future, launched by university with the rich past.
That was Eagle Zone's Jason Lopez Martinez reporting. Northern has ways they have been preserving their history. At the Blula Williams Library, you can find copies of their student newsletter, The Exponent, and their yearbooks dating back to their beginnings. You can also find it on their website. It's a full show this week, so we jump right into sports. It's another week with more results from track, and this is a home meet. Eagle Zone's Gavin Bitt joins us with details. Gavin?
Thanks, Colby. We start off on Thursday where the Golden Eagles softball team takes on Sioux Falls, Washington. The girls ended up losing that game. The girls had a game on Friday also. They took on Sioux Falls Roosevelt, where they try and bounce back and end the week on a high note, but they ended up losing this game too. Now to Monday, where the Golden Eagles had a track duel against the Watertown Arrows. The Golden Eagle boys won every open event. Jack Carlson won the javelin event, throwing 152 feet. Grant Fritz won the triple jump, jumping 41.5 feet. Tyler Bain and Brendan Phillips tied the high jump. Both of them jumped 6'2". Now to the girls' side of the meet, where Juna Ramey won the 800 meter. Maya Armpatsis, where she won the 100 and 300 meter hurdles. Aberdeen Central girls also won the 4x100 relay. To the girl throwers, where Taryn Hermanson won the shot put event, throwing 41 feet. Now to discus, where Taryn Nyman won the event, throwing 127 feet. Sierra Frank and Madison Hochstetter both tied for first in the high jump, jumping 5'2". Sports offers students a lot more than a trophy or medal. They can develop grit, a strong work ethic, teamwork, and we talked with a student this week who says he learned many valuable skills through athletics. Ethan Getz has autism. He joined esports when the school attended it his junior year. He says his life looks a lot different now, and he wanted to share his experience with others to bring us some awareness. Eagle Zone's Joey Pierce brings us that story.
Autism is a spectrum. Not everyone is going to react the same exact way.
When I first met Ethan, I had Ethan in class, and the first class that I had him in, he was really, really quiet. I didn't actually even talk to him that much because he didn't talk that much.
I mainly just minded my own business, going through school, just doing all my work without ever considering doing anything outside.
But after he got into esports, because you have to talk to each other for you to get the game down better, I really noticed him not just during the gameplay talking more, but like outside of the game talking more.
It allowed me to understand people better and allow me to communicate my feelings and allow me to understand people a lot more. And also that teamwork aspect with life.
Up to this point, Ethan's never had the opportunity to be part of a team. The dynamics that brings, the victories, the losses, just that interaction and knowing that you're part of something bigger than yourself.
The main thing I taken out is allowing yourself to get into situations that you're not really comfortable in and really trying to like self-reflect on how you go about your life and how you communicate with others and work with each other. It's allowed me to kind of like be happy and look forward to getting into situations that I might not be very comfortable in and kind of feel like, okay, we'll just try it, and if it doesn't work out, then we'll just work on the next thing.
I think he was just growing as a teenager and finally found some people. I think all teenagers need to find a group of people that are like themselves, and I think he finally found that group of people like himself.
I'm actually amazed at the progress he's made, be it physically, mentally, socially. Just always amazed at just how far we've gone over these past few years, and all I can say, I'm very proud dad.
Sometimes it's really hard to understand someone with autism. I like to put the analogy of it's kind of like teaching an old person how to use a computer. You have this idea that you can easily understand in your own head, but you're trying to demonstrate it to someone that doesn't quite understand how it works, and you end up getting frustrated, but it doesn't mean you just stop and just give up. If you keep trying, you'll soon understand ways you can help those people understand what you're going through.
So with autism on the spectrum, I would say there was times in the past that we just didn't know where exactly his abilities would fall. But thanks, like I said, God bless the organizations that are around there, the teachers, and just the school in general has been amazing at providing a great path for this journey that Ethan's been on. And like I said, we're just astounded every day at just where we are, where we thought we were versus where we could have been.
That was Eagle Zone's Joey Pierce reporting. As Ethan developed more confidence and communication skills through esports, it's also helped us a lot on Eagle Zone, as he has created strong stories for our show. Ethan's plan after high school is to join a program that will help him transition into college. Colby?
Thanks, Gavin. Moving ahead to our staff spotlight this week on Eagle Zone, Braden Engelking got to know our business teacher, Brad Nas. Before he was a teacher, he was an accountant for 2 to 3 years. Then he decided accounting wasn't for him. So he decided to follow in the family footsteps and become a teacher. And that's what he's been doing for the last 3 decades. Braden?
Colby, in addition, he has been a coach for the last 30 years. He's coached a multitude of sports, including football, track, wrestling, cross country, and volleyball at the middle school and high school levels. He wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps and become a coach, hoping to win some state championships. He is currently a 7th grade football coach and a middle school high jump coach.
What is the best touchdown celebration you've ever seen or heard about in middle school?
Oh, there was this one instance. There was an 8th grader. No, yeah. He was an 8th grader and he was a receiver. They were playing the Pierre Governors in Pierre. And there was a long pass was thrown to him, and when he made the touchdown, it was an unbelievable spike. It looked like a Gronkowski spike. And that person just happened to be, let me think, Oh, that was you.
Oh, yeah. It was me.
Yes, that was.
And then our news anchor, Kobe Down, threw that pass.
Oh, that's wow, even more impressive.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah.
What's the funniest thing you've heard a student say?
Oh, gee. Oh, there are so many.
Yeah, rich history.
Yeah, let's see. When I taught at Simmons Middle School, I had a student come up to me and say, Mr. Nas, my eyes hurt. Can I go get a drink? I couldn't quite put it together, but I said, sure, you go right on ahead.
Now for the question everybody wants to know from Mr. Nas.
So since you got a rich history of teaching, who's your favorite student?
I don't have a favorite student.
Stop the cap.
Everyone asks me, I'm your favorite student. Who's your? I don't have a favorite student.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. No favorite students.
Thanks, Braden. That's all for this episode of Eagle Zone. You can watch our stories whenever you want by scrolling down the Eagle Zone section of the school district website.
That's aberdeen.k12.sd.us. We leave you this week with videos from the track and field home event with Eagle Zone. I'm Gavin Bitts.
And I'm Kobe Down. See you next week.